Hello, everybody. We are live. Welcome to Guts and Butts. My name is Sam, and I'll be your coach for today's glute and core workout. As always, we will be working our lower body glutes and our core in today's class. I will have 3 rounds. First round, more lower body compound movements. Second round, we'll isolate those glutes a bit more, and then move on to some core. Third round, it will be all core. For this class, like I mentioned on Tuesday, and like I did on Tuesday, I will be using this bench or a surface. So if you're at the gym, you can get on bench, a box, or one of the step-ups. If you're at home, this will work on anything from your ottoman to the coffee table, a couch, a chair, or your staircase. Also, you can just do this workout without a bench or surface if you have to. I have a weight here. I probably won't use it today because all of these movements can be done with your body weight. But if you'd like to add extra weight on any of the movements, you can if you'd like to. As always, we're going to get into our warm-up, so be sure you have space next to that bench or surface. Grab your water, and we will get started with our warm-up. So stand on up. We're just going to start by marching in place. Let me move my camera a bit. So getting the body moving, let's just start with a march in place. So bringing the knees up high, pumping our arms, going on whatever pace we're comfortable with. Remembering to breathe, standing up nice and tall. If we'd like to bring this into a jog in place, then we can. If not, just sticking with that marching. Deep breaths. We're going to get our heart rate up in this warm-up. Next, going into some. Keep the chest open. Give me 3. Back. Again, having that stationary option of just pulling the heel back. Feeling a stretch in our legs. 3, 2, and 1. Next, let's go into some jumping jacks. So jumping up and high, engaging our core. Remembering to take deep breaths. Give me 3, 2, and on our knees, we're going to sit the hips back and scoop the ground back to the ceiling. Alternate sides. Keeping that planted foot facing forward. Chest is open. Big inhale down and exhale up. Give me 1 more on each side. Last one. Alrighty, guys. Next up, we're going to do some arm circles. So standing up nice and tall. Big circles back first. And then we're going to move forward. Taking the arm across, nice and quick, alternate sides. Next, let's get into some air squats. So getting into that squat position, we're gonna sit back into our hips, knees in line with toes, chest is open, squeeze the glutes up. Give me about 10 to 15 reps here, keeping our feet nice and flat. Most of our weight is in our heels. Deep breaths. We're inhaling down, exhaling up. Give me 3, 2, and last 1. Squeeze the glutes. Alrighty, guys, that was our warm-up. Grab some water if you'd like to. If not, we will get into our first round, which, like I said, is more lower body, more compound movements, but we'll also we will be working those glutes. So grab some water. Alrighty, guys, the first movement with this surface or bench is going to be a squat pulse. So like our box squats from last class, we sat back and came up, just tapping our glutes on there, not sitting all the way back. but tapping until we touch and coming up. Same idea, but we are pulsing here. So tap and a light raise up, pulsing back onto that surface. We're going to be here for 30 to 40 seconds with that pulse. Again, like I mentioned, if you'd like to add weight, then you can. It is not necessary. So getting into your squat position, feet a bit wider than shoulders, keeping the glutes tight, and let's go. Pulsing down. So we're staying low, using that bench for support in an area of contact, keeping the glutes tight. The back is nice and flat. Chest is open, guys. Halfway there. Woo! Remember to breathe. We should be looking straight forward. Keep the neck in alignment with our spine. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. Squeeze the glutes. Awesome job, guys. Next up, we are going to go into a reverse lunge to a kickback complex. So our hands will be leaning on that surface for support. We will alternate sides here. So starting with the right leg, back is nice and flat like a table. We're looking straight down. Wrists are under our shoulders. We're kicking that leg back and dropping it to a reverse lunge. Back to center. So this will be our movement. We'll actually do it single leg. I apologize. So it'll be single leg, 20 seconds each leg. Following that sequence, starting with the right foot. So left foot stays flat. Spike bend in those knees. Let's go. We're kicking back, dropping, bringing the chest up, the knee down, back to center. And this is our movement. Be sure to place the wrist right under the shoulders. Sitting up nice and tall in that lunge. You're halfway there. Remember to breathe. Big inhale and exhale up. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight to that left foot. Right foot is flat. Let's go. We're kicking back, dropping down into our lunge, back to center. Holding that kick back for about half a second and coming down. Trying to keep that front knee at a 90-degree angle in that lunge so the knee stays with our toes. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one. Back to center. All right, guys, one more movement, so we've got a break. This will be alternating step-ups, so like we did on Tuesday with our step-ups. We came up and back down here. I'd like you to challenge yourselves and try to do that high knee up and back down, alternating sides. So either body weight or weighted here. We're alternating from right to left, coming up and using our hands to drive the knee upwards. Be here for 30 to 40 seconds, going whatever pace you're comfortable with. And let's go. We're up, driving that knee, back down. Being sure that we're using our hands for momentum. So bringing the right knee and the left hand up, the left knee and the right hand up. Remembering to breathe, keeping our chest nice and open. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down and getting some water here if we'd like to. That was our first round. We will repeat those 3 movements for one more time, then we will move on to our second Rad. Hope you guys are feeling good. Remember to listen to your body throughout this whole class. So if those movements are too easy, then maybe add on some weight or increase the pace that you're doing them. Or maybe if they're too hard, then slowing down with that pace and taking that weight off to just use our body weight. Alrighty, guys. We're going to get back into repeating those 3 movements with that squat pulse. So again, to the squat position, being sure we're fairly close to that surface so we're able to sit back and touch the end of it. Pulsing for 30 to 40 seconds. Bring the hips and the glutes in, chest is open, and let's go. We're pulsing tap and a little raise up. So pulsing down and back to that half squat. Remembering to take deep breaths. Hands can be out for balance or at chest. Keeping the feet nice and flat. Most of our weight should be in our heels. Flatten that back out if it's hurting. Nice and flat. Give me 10 seconds. Squeeze our glutes. 3, 2, and 1. All the way up. So at the top. Next, back into that single leg reverse lunge to a kickback. Starting with the wrists down under the shoulders. 20 seconds. Right foot first. Let's go. We're back. Dropping down into that reverse lunge. And back to center. So nice and kind of controlled here. Finding that rhythm within our bodies. Keeping our chest nice and open. Glutes are nice and tight. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more here. Down and up. Straight into that left foot. Right foot comes flat. And let's go. We're back. Hold. And reverse lunge. Finding that balance as well. Falling back into our hips. Supporting the weight with our toes. Back to center. 10 seconds left. Remember to breathe. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Meet in the middle. Alrighty, last movement are those alternating step-ups with the high knee option here. 30 to 40 seconds, and let's go. We're up, right foot, left knee drives, back down, left foot up, drive the right knee. Again, here, finding our balance. We're nice and controlled. Remembering to breathe halfway there, either going nice and slow or having the option to pick up that pace. Give me 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Alrighty, guys, getting some water. Taking some deep breaths, maybe turning that fan on if it's not on already. We should feel our muscles activated from our thigh muscles, the quads, hamstrings, and our glutes as well. Grab some water. Next, we will go into our second round. We're going to isolate some glutes and then do a plank at the end. So first movement will be a hip thrust variation. So like on Tuesday, we just did a normal hip thrust. Today, we're going to do the hip thrust with a knee abduction. So our shoulder blades are going to be down on that surface, on the edge. So you should feel that edge right underneath of our shoulder blades here. Feet are in alignment with our knees so that when we come up, they're at a 90-degree angle. So starting down, body weight or adding that weight on our hips. We're sitting back, driving the hips up, bringing the knees in and out and back down. We're gonna be here for 30 seconds. Whenever you are ready, let's go. We're down, driving the knees up, in and out. Being sure that we're looking straight forward, not moving our chest and our torso as much. We're just thrusting the hips down and up, bringing the knees in and out. Halfway there, keeping our glutes tight. Tighten that abduction and loosening them down. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming down, standing back up. We're going to go into a lateral abduction with our legs. So back into this position, wrists are under our shoulders, and our heels and knees are underneath of our hips here. So we're nice controlled, back is staying flat. We're gonna have 20 seconds on each side. Starting with the right foot up, left foot flat, and let's go. We're abducting up and out and back to center. Only bringing that leg up as far as we're comfortable, feeling that work in our side and outer glutes and a bit in the inner thigh as well. Making sure we're looking straight down so we don't strain our necks. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Straight into that left side. Let's go. Abducting out and back in 20 seconds. Being sure that right foot is pointed straight forward. Wrists are under our shoulders. Taking deep breaths here, feeling that burn in our outer glutes and in the inner thigh. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Control it back to center. And we're up next. We will be doing a side plank, so right and left. Starting on that left forearm. We're on the edge of that surface, nice and flat. Same thing, elbows underneath of our shoulders. Our feet and legs are straight out, either stacked or staggered. And we're holding this for 20 seconds on each side. Whenever we're ready, let's go. Holding this plank right here, keeping the hips up, so trying not to sag down, but using the strength of our core to keep our torso up. If we need to bring that opposite hand down, then we can. Or it can be reaching towards the ceiling or down on our hip. Less than 10 seconds. Keep holding it. Brace the core, squeezing our glutes, and remembering to breathe. Give me 3, 2, and 1. Same thing on that opposite side. So the right forearm will come down. We'll have 30 or 20 bringing this here so you guys can see me. Right forearm is down, the elbows underneath of our shoulder, feet are staggered or stacked. Holding this for 20 seconds, and let's go. So our body's nice and flat, back is flat, squeezing our glutes, embracing that core. Feeling this in our side abdomen. Remember to breathe for less than 10 seconds here, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up and grabbing some water if we'd like to. We're going to move on to our third and final round. So get some water, take some deep breaths, and we are going to move on to our core round. We'll have 3 core movements here, and we will go through them twice like we did our first round. Move this back over just a tad. Alrighty, guys. Our first movement here, we're gonna have a plank tap. So we are gonna be down on the floor in our plank position, right in front of our platform, and we will tap the bench, picking alternating sides, trying to keep our torso as stable as possible. Knees are an option as well. Being sure that we place the hand back directly under our shoulders here. So this will be our movement for 30 seconds. So we get into position, wrist under our shoulders, back nice and flat, core is tight, and let's go. Tapping, just gently tapping that surface in front of us. Taking deep breaths, tightening our core, and looking straight down at the ground here. You're halfway there. You can do it, guys. Press the fingertips down. Less than 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back up. Here we're going to go into a knee to elbow crunch. So either our forearms or our hands are down on that surface. Toes are out. Bringing the knee to elbow. Nice and controlled. Same thing on the forearms. We want to give our wrist a break. 30 seconds here. And let's go. So we're nice and flat like our plank, raising our toes here. Bringing the knee towards the elbow. It does not have to reach all the way. Just as far as we're comfortable feeling that work in our core, mainly our lower abs here. Over halfway there. Squeezing our abs, looking straight down, and remembering to breathe. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing on up. Last movement here. We're going to take a seat on the edge of that surface, leaning back, using our hands for support. We're going to go into some leg drops here. So leaning back, either doing single leg drops, or bringing both feet up into that pike and back down. Tapping the floor at the bottom. 30 seconds here, and let's go. Nice and controlled, keeping our core tight the whole time. Back is flat, and we should be looking straight forward. Chest is open. About halfway there, guys. Remembering that single leg option is awesome as well. Working the lower core here. 10 seconds. Deep breaths. You've got a water break after this. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting up and grabbing some water. We're going to go into repeating these 3 movements all over again, and then we will cool it down, lower that heart rate, and stretch out our muscles. Alrighty, guys, one more time around for this core circuit. Starting on the ground, we're going to go into those plank taps. 30 seconds. Wrists under the shoulders, on our knees or toes. Let's go. Gently tapping that surface in front of us. Bracing our core and squeezing our glutes as well. Trying to keep our bodies as stable as possible as we raise the hand up. Halfway there. Placing the wrist right underneath our shoulders. Deep breaths. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back up on that surface, either hands or forearms. Knee comes to the elbow. Let's go. Crunch in, extending back out. So really trying to curl the back in, crunching the knee towards our elbow. Toes pointed, halfway there. Remembering to breathe, squeezing the core up, loosening it back. Give me 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing on up. Last movement back into these leg drops. Nice and quick, 30 seconds, lean back, hands down for support. Extend the legs, let's go. Either single, or we've got double here. Choose your option. Listen to your bodies, guys. After this, we're gonna cool it down. Deep breaths. Inhaling and exhaling. 10 seconds. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sitting on up. Let's get some water if we'd like to, and then we're going to take a seat on the ground to cool it down. So sitting up nice and tall. We're going to first reach to one side, making that arch in our arm, feeling the stretch in our side core, and alternating to the opposite side. Back to center, we're going to reach towards our toes, feeling the stretch in the back of our legs and the hamstrings. Sitting back up, we're going to bring both the feet in for a butterfly. So feet come together and we're fluttering the knees downwards. Feeling the stretch in the inner thigh, opening up our chest, and remembering to take deep breaths. Extending the legs back out. We're going to cross one over the other. Elbow comes to knee, and we're going to twist. Feeling the stretch in our hips and upper back, having the option to roll the wrist out. And switching sides whenever you're ready. Crossing over, feeling that rotational stretch, rolling the wrist. Next, we're going to sit back onto the ground or our mat. Laying on our backs, bringing the knees into a tabletop position. We're going to cross one knee over, pulling the thigh towards the chest. Feeling the stretch in the glutes and our hips. Having the option to roll out the ankle. Switching sides. Bringing the knee towards the torso until we feel that glute stretch. And rolling out the wrist or the ankle. Whenever we're ready, coming back up, flipping onto our stomachs. Coming down, pressing the fingertips into the ground and extending the arms up into a cobra. Maybe rocking from side to side, feeling that core stretch, opening up our chest. And lastly, sitting back, opening the knees up, and falling into a child's pose. Crawling the fingertips out in front of us, stretching out our shoulders and our hips. Taking a few more deep breaths, maybe reflecting on today's workout or this past week, or maybe the weekend ahead of us. Just taking this time to relax. And whenever we are ready, sitting back up, crisscross applesauce, and that is all I have for you guys this evening. I really hope you enjoyed today's Guts and Guts class. It was a little bit more slow-paced and nice and controlled, so I hope you guys really enjoyed it. Other than that, I hope you guys have an awesome rest of your weekend. Like I've mentioned, we are going live in person at the campus gym on Monday. These classes starting on Monday. I have my in-person strength circuits at 1:15, and then we have throughout the whole week we have Zumba, hip hop toning, yoga, a bunch of other classes. So please register for those before all the spots are filled. Check those out on the KSU Sports Rep website. Other than that, I really hope you guys enjoyed tonight's class. Remember to drink some water and have a lovely weekend, guys. Enjoy this beautiful fall weather and have a good one. I'll see you guys later.